Now I'm going to show you the posterior compartment muscles of the thigh. As I said before, we have three compartments: anterior, medial, and posterior. Now here is the posterior compartment muscles of the thigh. And they are called hamstring muscles. You see here we have hamstring muscles. And they have two parts: medial part and lateral part. Here is the big toe, so here is the medial part. Here is the little toe, here is the lateral part, so don't get confused. So on the lateral part, we have biceps femoris. Bi means two, ceps means heads. So it has two heads. Here is the long head, and you can see deep to the long head. We have short head here. So I will remove the gluteus maximus muscle to show you the common origin place of these hamstring muscles. All these hamstring muscles coming from this point, which is called ischial tuberosity. Where is the ischial tuberosity? Let me show you here. Here is the hip bone. The top part is ilium. At the front we have pubis. At the back we have ischium. Here is the ischial body. This is where you sit on, and you can see a rough area here. This rough area is called ischial tuberosity. All hamstring muscles attaching to this part. So I will show you. You see, here is the ischial tuberosity, and all these hamstring muscles attaching to this roughness or rough area, which is called ischial tuberosity. So here we have biceps femoris, long head of biceps femoris coming from the ischial tuberosity, and deep to the long head we have short head. Short head is not hamstring part because it's not attaching to the ischial tuberosity. It attaches to the linea aspera of the femur here. It attaches here, the linea aspera. Long head is coming from the ischial tuberosity, but short head is coming from the linea aspera. And both head makes a tendon. You see here, if I put the long head back in its place, you see both of them make a tendon, and their tendon attaches to the head of the fibula. You see, here is the fibula, here is the head of the fibula. So biceps femoris tendon attaches to the head of the fibula like this, and it crosses the knee joints laterally. So the long head also crosses the hip joint posteriorly, but both heads crosses the knee joint laterally, so they can act on both joints. On the lateral side, we have biceps femoris. On the medial side, we have two muscles. The most superficial one is this. It is called semitendinosus. Here is the semitendinosus. And deep to the semitendinosus, you can see, I will show you with my two fingers on both sides, is the semimembranosus. So here is the semitendinosus. It has a long tendon, goes down a little bit further and attaches to the upper medial side of the tibia. Which muscles attach to the upper medial side of the tibia as well? As you see, here is the Sartorius tendon, here is the Gracilis tendon, and here is the semitendinosus tendon. So three muscles, tendon, like a goose feet, attaches to the upper medial side of the tibia. They are called Pes Anserinus. Pes means foot, Anserinus means feet, goose feet. Sartorius, Gracilis, Semitendinosus, SGS. Sartorius starts with S, Gracilis G, Semitendinosus S, SGS. Pes Anserinus, upper medial side of the tibia. What about the semimembranosus? As you see here is the semimembranosus. It attaches here to the medial condyle of the tibia. It does not it go down. It attaches here the medial condyle of the tibia. Yeah. So, as a quick recap, I showed you the posterior compartment muscles. They are called hamstring muscles. On the medial side, on the lateral side, I showed you the biceps femoris, long head and short head. On the medial side, I showed you the semitendinosus, and deep to the semitendinosus, we have semimembranosus. We also have another muscle, which is called Adductor Magnus. It has a hamstring part. All hamstring muscles, the hamstring part of the adductor magnus, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and long head of biceps are coming from this tuberosity, ischial tuberosity. Just bear in mind that the short head is not coming from this part, so it is not hamstring muscle. So, what is the function of the hamstring muscles? I will show you on the monitor the hamstring muscles function. Yeah, as you see, hamstring muscles crossing the hip joints posteriorly. You see they are coming from the ischial tuberosity. They are coming from the ischial tuberosity, so they are crossing the hip joint posteriorly. So they can do extension of the hip joints, like this. Extension of the hip joint. All biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus, you see they extend the hip joint because they are crossing the hip joint posteriorly. But they also cross the knee joints inferiorly. You see here biceps cross the knee joints inferiorly and laterally, so they can flex the knee joint and laterally rotate, because in the lateral side, and they can flex the knee joint and medially rotate. You see here, biceps, lateral rotation of flexed knee, and medial rotation of the flexed knee, and they can do also flexion of the knee joints, because as you see, all hamstring muscles cross the knee joint laterally, biceps, medially, semitendinosus, semimembranous, so they can do flexion of the knee joint, and biceps can do lateral rotation, and semimembranous and semitendinosus can do medial rotation of the knee joints. Thank you.